Okay, I know I made a video on this for Battlefield Nations over on their channel, but I thought I should upload it here as well, just in case anyone who isn't subscribed to them can see my thoughts on this whole thing. So, loot boxes. Quite a controversial topic to dive into. There's a lot to get into and there's going to be a lot of differing opinions on this subject, like what should be done, will loot boxes make it into the next title, and how should they work? Let's find out. Before we go any further, I'd just like to make the claim that loot boxes will indeed return for the next title, but not as you'd expect them to be. I know this is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but the reason that I think they'll be in the next title is just because it'll be a missed opportunity if they don't. Franchises like Call of Duty raked in millions upon millions just from supply drops alone, totally excluding the paid DLC passes and the standard numbers of copies sold. Loot boxes, since their debut in mainstream titles, have always been popular and always will be. But, like all things in life, things need to adapt or they'll die. The current loot box model that plagued Star Wars Battlefront 2 and others like it needs to adapt. Gamers aren't really fond of leaving everything up to chance. They want control and know what they're buying. Say you want to buy a skin, would you rather buy at a chance to get that skin or buy it outright with no funny business? 10 out of 10 times, the latter will be chosen, leaving absolutely everything up to randomness, and when that randomness can corrupt the balance of a game is when things get ugly. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the main victim of this. The whole loot box issue caused a lot of people to drop the game or stop them from buying the game entirely. I know I did. But even with the progression system and loot boxes being totally reworked, I don't see that game ever growing extremely popular just due to the stigma that some people will carry from its early beginnings. That sense of betrayal that some people felt is rough, so I don't blame them if they don't want to put their trust in EA or Battlefront ever again. So to avoid all of this from harming future titles is to change how loot boxes work. I think they should never compromise a game's balance or progression, and keeping things to non-game breaking elements like cosmetic options without breaking the theme of a title is the way to go. What I would personally like to see is a more fleshed out loot box system that Battlefield 1 currently offers. So I'm going to propose my vision on how things should work, bringing elements from both old and new. Alright, let's begin. Right now, battle packs are exclusively cosmetic. Yes, they do carry melee weapons in the form of puzzle pieces, but those are more or less reskins on the various different melee classes, like knives, clubs, and heavier items. I wouldn't mind if Battlefield 2018 stays on this route, as it doesn't affect gameplay in any negative fashion, so this in whole could stay for the next title. What I would like to see is a more expanded exchange tab. Skins and melee weapon puzzle pieces should always be up for the grabs when you have the right amount of scrap. Rather than having only certain items available at one time, I think all skins and puzzle pieces should be up for buying, but at a higher price. For example, spending 2,000 scrap can get you one legendary skin, or you can spend 900 scrap for a 1 in 6 chance of getting your wanted skin. Anyways, this system allows players who solely want that one skin to buy what they want without messing with any RNG elements, and also gives someone who may not have a lot of scrap a chance at buying their wanted skin. Another thing that I'd also like to see is gambling scrap on specific game modes, similar to Black Ops 1 wager matches. Game modes like Gunmaster could have a whole other aspect to winning. Instead of the satisfaction of winning, you can also walk away with a large amount of scrap, all depending on how much the players in the server bet. The scrap could be divided onto the top 3, with each person getting less scrap than the last. And also the ability to trade scrap and donate scrap to other users, sort of like a little market where you could buy or sell, kind of like Counter-Strike in a way. Keep in mind that this is what I'd personally like to see, and obviously the system that I proposed is a little rough and could definitely see some changes. Things like how you earn scrap, the amount of scrap needed for skins and battle packs, and the market is up for debate. So, that's where you step in. Let me know down in the comments below on what you'd like to see in regards of loot boxes and this entire system in Battlefield 2018. And as always, it's been BloodHound, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.